You are now listening to Artists at Work.
Artists at
Artists at Work.
What's up, everyone? My name is 1am, and here today you are watching the new show that I'm hosting. It's called Artists at Work, where we talk to independent artists around the Bay Area and just kind of pick their brains. So today we're going to be talking with my friend Angel. And Angel, what's up? Are you with us?
What's happening?
What's
Yes, I am
up?
in the building.
So why don't you introduce yourself to the people that don't know you?
Okay, he is I and I am him. It's Angel, Four Pillars Boss. Uh, just a rap guy. I'm not a rapper. I'm just a guy that raps sometimes. Do some things sometimes. Artist management. Small things. Sometimes I make worms rhyme.
This guy, Angel's just being humble. He is a heavy spitter from, where are you from?
Harlem. East side,
Harlem.
125th and Lennox. What's popping?
Yep. So, there's a lot of experience and history that I'm just going to pick your brain with. So,
Of course.
so what was it like growing up over there in Harlem?
Okay, the difference, and mind you, like, yes, I grew up in Harlem, but I spent almost every summer in Oakland.
Okay.
So it's like the difference is, no offense to no Bay Area people, do not get me wrong, I fucks with y'all heavy. Style is everything, especially in the '90s. Growing up in New York, style was everything. You can have your best outfit in Oakland and come over to Harlem and we still think you dusty. It's just different. It's just a different sauce, a different swag. I always feel like Oakland and Harlem is the same place. Like they're the same versions of each other, just East and West Coast.
I can kind of see that.
Man, it's so much culture and like it's a Harlem Renaissance. And at the same time, it's Oakland with the Black Panther Party in the Bay Area and the hype movement, all that shit. Like it's the same place to me. I love it. I love it.
That's what's up. So, were you introduced to music over there or over here in Oakland?
Uh, Ironically, my musical journey started with jazz. I love jazz. I've always loved jazz. My dad put me on the jazz, but then my dad was still a street dude, so
Mm.
he would still hang out with like Cam and Big L when he was alive and whatnot.
No way.
And don't get me wrong, I never got to meet these guys. I really wish I did, because Cam used to be one of my favorite artists. Joel's and Jim Jones is two of my favorite artists of all time, and it's Dipset to the death. But yeah, no, the rap part of it, yes. There is this place called Black Star Music and Video in Harlem. And that's where ciphers would be held and whatnot. And then there's a barbershop in Harlem where like big battle rappers like Loaded Lux would throw battles in the barbershop. And that's where I started just listening. I'm a little dirt poor kid and just started battling. Somebody
Yeah.
called me out. I got ate up and I swore that would never happen again.
So you started kind of like with battle rapping then? Is that what you're
Yes.
saying?
Up
Wow.
until maybe like 3 years ago, almost every verse you would hear from me is some bar in there like, I'm not a rapper. Or I was no, I'm not an artist. I'm just a battle rapper that make music. Like that used to be my whole thing. Now I'm past that point in life. But
I feel that. So when did you start like actually getting away from battle rapping and started like focusing in on like music, like albums or singles or whatever?
well, funny story actually. When I came to the West Coast, as opposed to doing a summer, I did a whole year out here. And we went to LA a lot. Me and my uncle Isaiah went to LA a lot. He made beats for Corrupt. I'm sure they probably never got used. But running in those circles, being as young as I was about 12 or 13 at that time, rapping the way I was rapping around everybody out there, start getting looks. So a popular artist in Compton decided he was gonna put a label together after his issues, what was going on, and put me on the zine. And
Mm.
the album got shelved. I never saw the light of day. I maybe recorded 4 songs for that project, but I was still around for all the industry meetings and around for all the photo ops and the crew love that they got. So it exposed me to a lot as far as making music.
Mm-hmm.
Made me not want to do it.
Yeah.
So I went just straight back to trying to be a battle rapper. And if I stuck with it, and kept my pen battle sharp like these dudes now,
Mm-hmm.
dudes getting paid $50,000 to battle. Like, could have been up there, but
Yeah.
apparently that wasn't in my cards.
Mm. So
So
what are you doing now? Like in regards to like are you still signed or anything? Are you an independent
no,
artist
no,
or?
no. Now I am completely independent. We signed. I end up signing another deal November 2019.
Mm.
November 2019 with Bentley Records. It was a nice little publishing distribution deal. Got my creative freedom. It was me and my other guy, V-Bach. Shout out to my brother, V-Bach.
Hey.
We had a group called Catch 22. It was amazing. It was amazing. We dropped a 4-song EP, over 100,000 spins overseas, and it was nice. But my guy, V-Bach, he was going through some things, so he decided to step away from music permanently.
Oh wow.
um, yeah, the label decided to reach out and they said, "Hey, we still like what you did, and you want to do something solo?" And I said, "No, I'm going to focus on building my own." And even through that, they still was like, "Hey, if you need any help with promotion or if you need anything to do, just hit us up. We got you." So it's love. It's going to cost me in the long run. I already know it is, so I'm not even going to attempt to reach out.
Feel
But no, and every time I try to stop making music and trying to stop doing something rap wise, something comes up that makes me think, yo, that'd be a dope idea if we were to do this.
mm.
And I fully integrate myself back into it. I keep trying to leave and they keep pulling me back in.
It's not gonna leave you alone.
It's not,
It's
it's
gonna follow
not.
you forever.
It, hey, it is what it is. As long as I can still do it how I want to do it, I don't care.
Yeah.
I
It's
learned
your
a long
art.
time ago. Yeah, I learned a long time ago. I don't want to make music for the radio. I don't care who likes my shit or not. I want to make music that I want to listen to. Nobody has their own taste. Everybody taste, somebody else likes that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Probably a big group of people like that shit.
Mm-hmm.
So if I make music I want to listen to and we just so happen to put it out, there's going to be a fan base that's going to gravitate towards it.
Definitely. See, the cool thing is that you're like the perfect candidate to start off the show because you have experience like working independently and also with a label. So I guess the first question I'm curious about is like, what was that process like when you first signed to a record label? Like, did they give you a contract? Did someone meet with you? Like, what was that like? Like, walk us through that.
So for the first time when I was a kid, that was back when labels still had budgets and they still wanted to make the artists feel like they were worth something and still cared about artists and development. That was back when the A&R still had a fucking job.
Mm.
So it was a whole thing. Go out to a restaurant, sign stuff, me drinking apple cider while everybody else is popping champagne and shit. Like, it was a big deal for us, at least. Nice lengthy contract, and they what they do is they give you a contract maybe about that thick, and they put in tabs. And if you go to the tab, it's not telling you, oh, this is important. Look at it, just telling you where to sign.
Mm-hmm.
So they assume that you're just going to sign away, just keep going because that's how we're so profitable because we don't look at shit because we come from nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And when we don't come from nothing, we don't care. You're gonna give me this amount of money just to do this? Cool. We don't look at none of the returns. We don't look at how the label needs to recoup and how no matter how bad this one do, if the next one do amazing, you may still owe from that last one. They don't talk about the points on the album. They don't talk about nothing like that. So luckily, I had my uncle with me, and he, being very conspiracy theorist out, went through everything. We spent more than 3 hours at that restaurant just by him looking at that contract. The second time I saw it in 2019, mind you, I'm older, I'm wiser. It was nothing like that. Didn't have no face to face meetings. We had a meeting over Skype because Zoom was not a thing.
Mm.
And we talked for maybe 20 minutes and they emailed the contract that I had to go through and see what they provide, what they won't provide, things of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
Digitally sign. I mean, that works in my favor too, because if I digitally sign some, I'm automatically having all my screenshots just in case any legal battles come up.
Yep.
But it's like no one cared. It's a deal. Nobody gave a fuck. It is what it is.
Hmm. So it's not all glamorous like they make it
Oh,
sound.
hell no. And if it is, really look at your contract. I know people who signed a contract and it was glamorous, and at the end of their contract, when they decide to leave the label or decide to go somewhere else, sign somewhere else, come to find out that glamorous part they threw you is coming out of that sign-on bonus you got.
That's crazy. Yeah, I don't think I've ever. I mean, in my experience, most of the people contract is like your word. That's pretty much like I've never had someone come up to me with like an actual contract other than like a release form. So it's like pretty interesting to
Yeah,
hear
man.
about that.
But you will go through it because you are dope. One day, somebody's gonna hit you with that.
Hopefully, I'll have someone there to read every freaking page like
Oh,
you
you know
did.
I got you, sis.
We'll have to highlight shit and just be like, nah, we'll change that.
Because a lot of people don't know. Like, it's so many fucked up terms and things that go on that nobody knows about. It's very depressing, especially when all you want to do is make art.
Yeah.
But I blame this microwave generation. Everybody wants something quick, fast,
Yeah.
the next hot thing. So now rappers don't even care if it's art. They just want to do this because it's easy and I can make money doing it. Like, come on, bro.
It's crazy too because you see a lot of the like, just like on YouTube or even personal Instagrams and stuff like that. Some of the artists are like crying out for help or like exposing their, their record label and whatnot. But right now you're doing your own thing, right? You have your own label and everything.
Yes. 4 Pillars Entertainment. I am looking for artists. I may or may not be an artist. Who the fuck knows? But I am looking for artists. It is a home for artists. Mind you, this is all coming out of pocket. So, hey, you sign with the label. I'm not going to give you no sign on bonus. Can't do it. Sorry, bro. But at the same time, you'll never have to worry about studio time unless you got your own setup. You'll never have to worry about promotion. We did a record last year? No. Was that last year? Yeah, beginning of the pandemic.
Yeah.
No Hood Part 2 with no label backing, no nothing.
Yep.
150,000 some odd streams. Like, I can push you. We can get paid. I'm not going to ask for no money out of your pocket. I don't give a fuck about that. If I'm going to be an artist, why do I need to dig in another artist's pocket? And people say, oh, but that's not how a label boss works. You're supposed to get paid off of this shit. Okay, I'm getting paid off of my project. I believe in my artist so much, I can care less about the money I get back. I just care that these people that I feel is truly talented, and that's who I'm reaching out to. If I feel you're truly dope at this thing called rap, I just want to make sure no one else has a chance to fuck you over. I don't care if I see no profit off of this. I will put up the money for these shows. I will do even shows where you got to pay to perform. I'll put up the money for that just so you can get an audience. You never know who's in that audience. You never know who's doing what.
Exactly. So are you scouting for artists or you want artists to inquire?
Both. Do both. I am scouting, and if you feel like you're dope, if you like anything that you've ever heard from me, then you know I got that golden pen. Hit me up. I may work with you once or twice, and I feel the vibe. We'll see what's going on.
Sure.
I'm taking it back to the old school of A&Rs where I'm trying to go to every open mic just to see who's dope.
There you go. I'll make sure I'll put that in the description.
By all means, you got my email. Just tag it in there so they can be like, yo, check my shit out.
Okay. So coming from all that, like, what would you say is like the most important thing that you've learned that you want to share with other artists?
If you're a rapper, rap. If you're an R&B singer, make R&B. If you're a hybrid of both, do that. Don't step out of your lane to appease what's going on in the airwaves right now. Radio is dead media. I don't care what nobody say. You can have a top one song on the Billboard for mad long. I don't care. That shit's trash. Do what you love to do. Do not change your sound to match nobody, because once you change your sound, you are going to fail unless it's in a positive way. If you're changing your sound because you truly want to experiment doing something else, then fucking experiment. Don't change to appease the masses.
Here. You heard it here first. No.
Oh God. I thought you was gonna do your little whisper 1 a.m. tag that you put in 1 a.m.
Nah, freaking that. Yeah, that's pretty important to know.
It is because
Yeah.
everybody got a lane.
Yep.
You got the littles out here doing whatever the fuck they're doing, and they got a fan base. You
Mhm.
got people like J. Cole and all of Dreamville who are rapping at a high caliber,
Yeah.
got a crazy fan base. And then you got motherfuckers like Griselda, and Benny the Butcher, West Side Gun, and Conway, who's doing that old 90s type gritty rap. And they're seen as some of the best lyricists in the game right now.
Mm.
They're the only people to have a joint deal from Shady and Rock Nation. So you got Jay-Z and Eminem coming together to put money behind you to make you go.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Never change their sound. You can't dance to their music.
Mhm.
There's barely any drums. It's a dark, gritty drum loop, nice little sample in the background. That is it. I love those guys. I fucking love Griselda. I love how they're taking over the world. My last joint, fuck, what song was that? I don't know. I'll send you the link to the tape. I got a song on Benny's last tape. It was called Angels Interlude. That's what that was called.
Angels Interlude.
Yeah.
When was that released?
Shit, says that was like 3, 4 months ago.
Oh, okay. I've been living
But
under a
again, you
rock.
see how I am. When it comes to my own shit, I don't push my shit like that.
Yeah.
I don't, because I don't care. You can either be Hove or you can be Nas. And what I mean by that, and don't get me wrong, they're both legends. Jay-Z is my favorite, my personal favorite rapper of all time. But Jay-Z selling albums, every album going gold at least.
Mm.
Nas is just as nice, but he don't sell shit comparatively.
Yeah.
And Nas is still moving units, but comparatively, he don't sell shit. But it's debatable that his pen is stronger. Either you can care more about your pen or you can care more about just making pure music. Pick and choose what side you stand on. I just care about rapping. My
Didn't
only goal in this rap game. Go ahead.
I was gonna say didn't Jay-Z diss Nas and he came out with like a song or album or something like that?
You are too dope to not know this story, and it really hurt me
No, no, no,
to
no.
like the highest
I heard
caliber.
about it when I was getting tattooed, and
Oh
then
my
the
god.
guy showed me the album and he showed me the song that Nas did, and I was like, oh
Okay, this
shit.
started a long time ago. I want to say this is after Reasonable Doubt. So this is around Blueprint era. So this is late 90s, early 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
Jay-Z's right-hand man, Memphis Blinks, sent a shout out to Nas. Nas replied, Jay-Z had a song called The Takeover where he was getting at everybody, killed Prodigy off, Havoc, Mobb Deep had a Tupac shot in there that nobody wants to talk about.
Mm.
And then the last bar was Ask Nas, he don't want it with Hove. And he wasn't just gonna leave it at that. But then Nas dropped a couple of subs. Jay-Z extended that last verse out to be a whole Nas breakdown. And that verse is one of the best verses I've ever heard in my life when it comes to dissing somebody. Nas replied with Ether, which is one of the best diss songs ever made, even though that beat is one of the worst beats ever made. No one is going into that lab and saying, yo, I want that beat. Never. Listen to the instrumental when you get a chance. Ether by Nas, instrumental produced by Ron Browse. That shit is dumpster. But what Nas did to it was amazing. Now we know, like, ether wasn't a term that was using back then. Now when somebody get killed off, he ethered them.
Mm.
And Jay-Z responded with a song called, it was a super ugly freestyle on top of Dr. Dre's Super Ugly that came out for the Watch soundtrack.
Mm.
It was okay. It was mid. It's not a good response. But the shit he said in there was so detrimental. Jay-Z's mom made him apologize. Nas dropped Made You Look, one of the best hip hop records ever, one of the best beats ever.
Yeah.
Got Yourself a Gun followed that. Jay-Z said, okay, enough, and dropped Blueprint, one of the greatest diss songs ever, one of the best beats ever. Anyway, this shit was going on for about 10 years, maybe. Then they squashed it, and then Jay-Z signed Nas to Rock Nation, and then here we are. But now it's to the point where every time Nas drops a song or an album, Jay-Z is dropping that same day in some capacity.
Mm.
Just happened again this past Thursday. Nas dropped a song called EPMD, produced by Hit Boy on the Judas and Black Messiah Is that what that movie's called? Juice and Black Messiah.
I think so,
On
yeah.
that soundtrack,
Yeah.
Jay-Z had a song with Nipsey on that same soundtrack. Dropped it as a
Mm.
single, same day that Now drop his shit. Yeah, it's on the same album. Yeah, but you don't do that. You don't release that on the same day. Come on now. Now it's just petty. We know you won, Hove. Leave it alone. If you get a chance to listen to it, that song is fire. Actually, it's Nipsey and Jay Z. I think that Nipsey verse is like 8 years old,
Mhm.
and Jay Z verse is like maybe 2 weeks old, and it's perfect. It is perfect.
I'll try. I will go and listen to it, but
You're not a Jay Z fan
I'm
though.
not a Jay-Z fan at all. I don't, yeah, I don't know. He just
It's really funny to me. It's really funny to me. I feel like I can tell you a specific Jay Z era that you would actually fuck. Like, I don't know.
No,
I don't know. We're
I
gonna have
do
to talk about that
like
offline.
some of his older stuff, older stuff, yeah, but up from like maybe 2002
Oh, you're
and then
bugged out.
just like
You're
whatever.
bugging. The Black Album is my favorite hip hop album. Jay Z got some of the best quotables to me. It's dope. And the evolution from rapping about how you were selling crack when you were selling crack all the way up to now where you're done rapping about all that shit. Now you're trying to give people gems on how to flip their real estate or triple their income and black wealth and black excellence and shit. But doing it so masterfully. Like, oh man, it's the GOAT, man. It's the GOAT.
Feel it. So kind of talking about them, like for sure Jay-Z is like off top all the time. Like, right? He doesn't even write, right? He just spits from off top.
Okay, well, there's some debate with that. Yes, Hove is he don't write shit down,
Hmm.
but it's not instantaneously.
Well,
Let me just go in
yeah.
the booth and just freestyle some shit. Yeah, no, he'll sit back for maybe 15, 20, 30 minutes and do the whole record in his head and then go in the booth and record it all in one take.
Now, isn't that how you do your
That's how,
verses?
kind of
That I
actually.
remember.
I don't fucking I can't sit back and do a whole song in my head and then just go lay down in one take. That's crazy to me. I cannot do that. I may go verse by verse. I'll do a whole verse in my head and then go lay it down. Not to say I'm dope and like, yeah,
It's a skill
cool,
though.
but
You know.
yeah, but if I take something to write, I feel like I would have 10 times more punchlines, and I'm already trying to get a punchline every 3 bars. So if I take time to write some shit out, it's gonna be crazy. I think it's out of pure excitement that I don't write it down. Like I hear the beat and I don't want to. If it's a beat that inspires me, I
Hmm.
don't want to waste time. I don't want to go find a pen and pad. I don't want to do all that shit. I want to write down the race. No, I'm just gonna sit there and play that shit over and over again and keep going over bars constantly until it all be structured out.
Mm. Yeah, that is like extraordinary because I need a pen and a paper. I don't even like doing it on my phone. Like I need to physically feel the pen and the paper, but like
That one thing I would never do is go off my phone. I fucking hate that shit.
yeah,
I
it's
hate it.
hard. I don't
It
like
don't feel the
depending on it.
same.
Yeah. It's like people who like take notes on their laptop. They're just
That's
like
weird. That's really weird.
I can't remember it. I don't know what it is about writing, but I just
Also, I don't mean to interject. There was
no,
this
yeah.
dude, and I'm gonna put him on blast because I don't give a fuck about him. Fuck that guy. Back when I was in a group called Those Guys, shout out to those guys. Those are my brothers, Ancient One the Wizard and Jiggles Little Ninja. Those are my brothers. I love them to death. We do not do music no more together, but I fuck with them. I support what they do.
Mm.
But as a group, we joined a bigger collective called the Slime Ball Spitters. It was us three. It was this guy named Kurt. It was this guy named who else was it? It was Kurt. It was Elmo. It was Kid Clout, who's fucking dope. Go look up Kid Clout. He's the perfect barrier artist. Kid Clout, spelled with a K. That guy's dope. But there was this other guy named Solo. At the time, he was phenomenal. Come to find out, him writing on his laptop, he was either copying and pasting other people's bars or using an app that helped him find words to rhyme with shit for the
Mhm.
whole layout of the song.
Wow.
Like you could type in what type of song, like what type of artist that you want to mimic, and it'll bring up like some of their lyrics. And when you start typing your shit, start formatting it how they would format their shit. Like,
What the
fuck
hell?
that guy. And then when we kicked him out of the group, he tried to say he was going to sue us if we try to use his verses. No, we're not going to use your verses because you're using an old 97 Eminem song. Like, why would
Yeah.
I?
That's crazy. I didn't even know they had little tools like that on your
They
phone.
do.
It's crazy
They
because
do.
like because most of the time when I'm looking at stuff music related, it's more like towards mixing and like mastering. So
Mhm.
I've been getting a lot of ads about like tools like just lazy ass plugins where people can just apply vocal effects and just lazy ass mixing. And it's crazy because all these people, like all the influencers are like just, yeah, you should try this, step your game up, blah blah blah. That's
No,
what makes me
bro.
think of like that whole little app thing, like helping him to rap and shit. Like that's just so
I'm not
lazy.
using a crutch.
It's so
I want people to
lazy.
know these scathing hot bars is coming from me and me alone.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually why I don't smoke weed.
Hey, same. I don't incorporate that at all at my music. I cannot function like
I,
correctly.
Currency the hospital said it the best. I mean, he's an advocate weed smoker. He's all about that life. Most of his music about weed. But he also said weed is supposed to be an unlocking tool. If you need it to write, use it to write. But if
Mm-hmm.
you smoke and you get lazy and you don't want to do something, you shouldn't smoke weed.
Yeah.
That is not what it's meant for. I
Mm-hmm.
feel that. But I didn't want to be characterized as somebody who needs to smoke to rap.
Yeah.
So I just stopped smoking.
I feel that. I didn't want to be characterized as the same, and also like I guess like I didn't want that to be the focus. Like when I first started making music, I was a pothead and I just talked about all that, but it's like I didn't want to be like known for that, and I didn't want to be like just being like, yeah, that's all I do. Like, nah, I do other shit. So I feel you on that.
Yeah, because don't you dance too?
Yeah.
If you're starting to DJ a little bit, like,
Yeah. So I think like that's all like essential skills. Like, and a lot of these like young artists coming up, I feel like they need skills. Like that's what they lack. They just want to go ahead and just do it real quick. Like just, yeah, let me do it like this. But what
like
what
what? What did I say?
like this. That's the way they rap now. But what would you say like for some of these young up and coming artists that are like either they're doing it already or they're just learning how to do it? What would you say is some of the important things to focus on, like especially as a hip hop artist or a rap artist? Like what skills should they focus on sharpening?
uh, if you're a rapper,
Mhm.
I don't care what nobody say. You need to be witty. Like,
Mm.
you need at least one or two bars per song to make people say, "Hold on, what did you say? Rewind that." Step up your double entendre. Learn your literary devices, double entendres, alliteration, metaphors, similes. Learn that shit because that will make you stand out so much. Like, I think the only reason why people in the Bay Area think I'm dope is because I use those things compared to whoever I'm rapping to on these songs.
Mm.
That's it. Just because I sound not like I'm from here. Learn how to write. Please learn how to write so
The
you can rap
basics.
amazingly. Rap is a competition sport. You're supposed to be trying to bar each other's life away when you're on records with other people. And if that's not your lane, if you're one of these dancey type rappers, learn how to dance. Don't make a dance song and not know how to do your dance. Learn how to play a fucking instrument if you're a producer. Just one. Just one.
Mm.
And not even learn. Just learn the small basics. Because if you're a producer and you learn just regular small, maybe a week worth of learning of any instrument, when you're actually on the boards, when you're on your APC, you can actually start telling the difference in how certain shit starts sounding.
Mm.
And to make your production 10 times greater.
Most definitely.
And learn your history too. Like, there's too many people running around here saying people are their favorite artists without knowing anything about that artist. It's so many good producers and rappers that people never heard of that's blowing up, yet for some reason it's like no one's ever heard of them.
Mhm.
It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me. And pay attention to the culture. How you gonna want to be a rapper but you don't pay attention to what's going on in rap? Oh, I'm asking you specifically because you're big on that. You have no idea what the hell is going on outside.
I'm not gonna lie. It's I mean, like, some things interest me. It's just majority of, like, I guess it's the mainstream is what really, like, bores me, because it's just like stupid ass shit, like, oh, like, I don't know, like dating scandals or like just random shit that nobody cares, and it's not like useful information. I guess that's
Okay,
why.
well, let me rephrase that because I don't mean that being the culture. That is not the
Okay.
culture.
Okay. No,
That's
I know,
stupid.
but I'm just saying, like, that's
Pay
majority.
attention. Pay attention to rappers from everywhere because you never know who might surprise you.
Hmm.
Every Friday, I will go online. I will look up any new project, and I will play maybe 30 seconds of the first 3 songs from any new project that has dropped that Friday. Regardless if I heard of them, regardless if I haven't, regardless if I know I hate them, I'm still going to give it a 30-second chance to say, yo, I'm going to pay attention.
Where do you
Uh,
listen to them?
hiphopdx.com, xxlmag.com. Those are the 2 I go to every day, just when I wake up, just to see what's going on, except for Sundays. Neither one of those websites update on Sunday, which is weird. For
Hmm.
the actual music, iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, I still go on SoundCloud, just listen to shit.
Yeah.
What was another big one? I think that's the only 2 I really like scout for music for.
Most of
And
the
Worldstar
time,
Hip Hop.
yeah, World Star Hip Hop's really good. I like to go on there. I think I'm signed up for their little newsletter, but I use Spotify for most of the like new artists that I listen to or
Uh-huh.
like that I find out, but I'm not gonna lie, majority of what I listen to has nothing to do with rap. Like if I listen to rap, it's like old school rap. I try to like listen to some of the new school. Like the other night I was actually looking at the ciphers, like just the freshman ciphers and kind of just like coming from
Ew.
yeah, well, hold on. I was coming from 2021 all the way down to like the Shady cipher. That was like my favorite one. But I was
Oh,
just like,
so not the freshman cipher, but the BET Hip Hop Award
well,
cipher.
yeah, that's it kind of like led me down that even though it
Okay.
has nothing to do with it. But I
No, the
started
freshman cipher's
yeah,
trash.
yeah, I started from that just to like kind of see how much it's changed, and I mean, it kind of just reinforces how I feel about that whole thing, so that's why I don't really like listen to it, but there are some artists that are just like, okay, they were going hard right there. Like I can't remember his name. Is like 24K Golden or something. That kid was like pretty crazy. I was like, "Oh shit, like he stood out from all of
Yeah.
them."
His
Yeah.
music don't sound like that, but he was buzzing.
That's what I was saying. So like I from there I went to his music and then I was like, "Oh, that has like it's completely different." So,
But some people do amazing. Like Lil
it's
Dicky killed it.
yeah.
His cipher with who was it? It was Designer and Anderson Pop.
Mm,
Lil Dicky killed it. YB Corday. That young boy is rapping. He's like what, 21, 22?
mm,
Going off. And his music is perfect. You would love his sound. Isn't it crazy how every member of Black Hippie was in the cipher or was in the freshman cover year by year? J
yeah.
Rock, Kendrick, Soul, Q. Shit, Isaiah Rashad got there.
Yeah.
Mac Miller had another good one.
Yeah.
Quiet as kept. Triple X and Taz Young killed this. I don't care what nobody say about the boy music. That man can rap when he want to.
Mhm.
Well,
It's kind of
could
interesting too
rap.
like the way they turn it off. Like here
Yeah,
they'll just go off like and then when you get to their music it's like, "Oh, I'll just
but the
listen to that."
BET ciphers is different. That's a goal of mine.
Yeah.
Since I can't make it to Rap City, the basement, gotta shoot for that BET cipher. Some of my favorite artists, I found out about them through that. Toby Nwigwe, phenomenal artist out of Houston.
Mm.
Found out through that. Of course, the Shady cipher.
Mhm.
Every cipher that Joe Budden has ever been a part of, bodied it.
Mhm.
People gonna stop disrespecting Joey's name. I'm a diehard Joe Budden fan. If you haven't noticed, like I'm a diehard Joe
It's
Budden
cool.
fan.
I'm a fan too. I
That
like
boy can
listening.
rap.
Yeah.
Like his pen is crazy. For him to be as goofy as he is, should all Slaughterhouse is goofy. Royce, Crooked Eye, Joel, all goofy as hell.
Yeah, but they spit. Yeah, they just go off. And I think that's kind of like as far as like that whole thing about holding on to verses like that kind of reminds me of like how they were holding on to freaking they obviously they have Tupac's music still unreleased. Like there's some music I've heard of, and freaking
What are you gonna say? I don't know. Pop Smoke, Big.
yeah,
Really?
Big.
Big? You couldn't think
Yeah.
of Big?
Like I said, my brain is like dead.
If it makes you feel any better, I don't put Big or Pac in my top 20, and I know I probably just lost mad fans, but I don't care.
It's funny too because a lot of well, I don't know, I'm not gonna say a lot of, but there are some artists that have been new artists that have been like open about like they're not giving a shit about like some of the past rappers, and I think it's stupid because it's like you don't have to like them, but just understand like what they did
Well,
for
at
the
the same
culture,
time,
you
the
know?
people that you're talking about are these same fast ass rappers that you keep talking about.
That's
Like,
true.
these are the young folks that they need their own genre of hip hop. We can't put everybody in the same little space.
That's true.
Let them be. Oh, we tried to give them mumble rap, but then people start wearing that as a badge. No, my guy, this is not. We're making fun of you right now. Like, and that's because they weren't alive when they died. Like,
Well, yeah. But I mean, people are still talking about Michael Jackson and Prince, and they're, you know what I mean? They're dead, like, but they're still, or even the Beatles too. Like, it's just, regardless, it's just like it's a part of what came about. You know what I
well,
mean? Like,
we're also talking about different genres that has been established long before hip hop was created. We're also
yeah.
talking about different genres where it's okay to get older.
Mhm.
You get older as an R&B artist, you get older as a rock act, and now more doors are open to you. For some
Mhm.
reason, hip hop got an age limit unless you're really nice with that pen.
Yeah, that is true. That's interesting to know. Well, I also think longevity too. Like, they really, you know, they set that shit up. So now they can be comfortable and they can still do what they want to do, you know. I feel like longevity is something that's what keeps them, you know what I mean? Like,
Right. And even then, the three best selling mainstream artists out right now, Drake, J. Cole, and Kendrick.
mhm.
They are all nice with their pen. Drake has an asterisk next to his, but they're all nice. They run in the rap game. They drop, everything else shuts down. People will not drop the same day as them unless you're brave. So we can't say that the mumble rappers and the shitty heads, you can't say that they're running shit.
It
They
is.
can try. They're just not going to be there.
It's very true. So who would you say like on your top 5 influencers? Like, just it doesn't have to be rap.
On
Just
my personal style, I don't know, it doesn't have to be rap, but my
yeah.
own personal musical style,
Mhm.
Method Man is number one. Method Man, as far as influences go, Method Man is there. Joe Budden is there. Jay-Z is there. I have more. It's just I'm trying to categorize them as making the 5 spot.
Okay.
Royce the 5'9" is there. He will always be there. And oddly enough, Lupe Fiasco is there.
Really?
Yeah.
May I ask why? I'm just curious. Just cuz
The first rap album I ever bought with my own money was Lupe's first album. Even now when I listen to Lupe freestyles that he drop or like older Lupe shit, his level of writing is way too intricate. Like they're not doubles, they're quadruple entendres, layers on top of layers. And no matter what you think, it's not what you're gonna think.
mm,
Like Superstar. Superstar is his most popular song. It's a very commercial poppy record on the surface level, but no one cares to listen to what he's actually saying. It's a very dark and depressing song.
I'll have to go back and listen to it. Cuz I like Lupe.
Lupe's phenomenal.
I don't know why, or I never paid attention as to why he kind of just got kicked. It seemed like he just got kicked out of the freaking light. They're just like, "Nah, we don't want you."
It seems like that, but again, he's your favorite rapper's favorite rapper. He's one of Jay-Z's favorite rappers.
Mm,
You- they still throw Lupe anywhere they can. Anybody that wants to do a song with Lupe that's dope, they pick him up.
mm,
He's just not concerned with it. He's on the tech, like, but
mm,
that's why he was one of my biggest influences growing up. Him and Meth, because they both are like super big comic book heads, and I'm a diehard comic book nerd. I'm also a big Power Rangers nerd, so don't test me. But Lupe, I identify with because he's a martial artist. I'm a martial artist. He was a skateboarder. I was a skateboarder. He was a battler. I was a battler. And his production, Pharrell is one of my favorite producers, and that beat for I Got You was incredible. It made me figure out that I love piano keys on my beats.
Mm.
I didn't want to rap until I heard that Lupe album.
Was
It's a
Lupe
weird
in
fucking term.
that show, that Flow show? Or no? Or no, that was Chance, huh?
Yes, that was
Okay, never mind. What do you think about Chance? I'm just curious.
why are you asking?
Cause
Did we
I'm
do this
just
last time? Yo, I fucking
we
hate Chance. I
did.
hate Chance the Rapper.
Why?
I
I'm just
fucking hate Chance
curious.
the Rapper. Chance 2021 Chance is one of the worst fucking shitty rappers I've ever heard in my life. And you know, it pisses me off because everybody keeps saying, oh, but he's trying to do something bigger than just make rap music. Do you hear the instrumentation and all that shit? No, I heard it and I think it's trash, especially compared to his first joint. When Chance first came out with 10 Day, I was like, huh, let me see what this guy's talking about. It was okay. But then when I found out he made it while he was was suspended from school for 10 days and was grounded and just made it in his room and it came out to be that quality. Okay.
Mm.
And then he dropped Acid Rap. And Acid Rap is one of my favorite mixtapes. That shit is hard.
Mm-hmm.
And he had features from some of my favorite people. Childish Gambino's number
Mm-hmm.
6. And that
Okay.
5 that I listed of my most influential artists, number 6.
Okay.
He may take somebody's spot, maybe top 3. Childish Gambino is one of my favorite artists. He had Childish on there, and he had Action Bronson on there going crazy. He had Ab Soul on there. I was like, yo, this little dirt nothing kid actually came up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And then he started becoming overly positive. And for some reason, that changed the whole scape of his rap ability and started doing a lot of this bullshit. And then him and Vic Mensa stopped doing music together. And I feel like that maybe that was his Rebel's edge. And he lost that. And then he dropped the Social Experiment album. And I thought that was cool because it wasn't so much Chance, but it was the whole group, especially Donnie Trumpet, who I think is phenomenal on the trumpet.
Mm.
And then he started going south. He kept hyping up he's about to drop his album finally. I think that's unfair because Acid Rap was supposed to be an album, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Because it's able to be streamed on iTunes, so it's an album. But that's another fucking reason. I'll get back to that. He dropped his album. That was horrible.
It's trash.
But he dropped his album right after Coloring Book. Coloring Book should have been the album.
I agree.
You dropped within 6 months of each other. Coloring Book should have been the fucking album.
Yep.
You had a whole stadium packed out for that magnificent coloring day. That could have been your album rollout. From a marketing standpoint, it was stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Content-wise, that album was true to the dash. What was it called? The Big Day or some shit? Garbage.
Yeah,
You get a chance. You love your wife. You're supposed to love your wife. We don't need to hear about her every fucking record.
I agree. Yeah, no, I heard like 2, and I was like, I heard 2 tracks, and I was like,
it was bad.
Nah.
It was bad. And then you got the audacity to make it seem like you're completely independent. I get it. You a bitch for that. You got these little motherfuckers running around thinking they can make something off of doing it by themselves, thinking they're gonna make it on that level if they have the right talent. So no, you didn't do that. You signed an exclusive deal with Apple. That's still considered a record deal. That is not independent.
Yeah.
So now these motherfuckers is walking around doubting themselves because they can't make the same noise that you make and thinking that you did it by your fucking self.
Mm-hmm.
It's depressing. People die from fucking failure. People commit suicide over failures on that magnitude.
Yeah.
You ain't gotta say that you're independent. Like, you don't have to say that. We wouldn't care. You're putting out music. Good, bro. What is the point of trying to portray yourself to be independent? You did it by yourself. No, bitch, you didn't. There's only one artist I could think of right now off the head that's completely independent and making that noise, and that's Toby. Like, it's fucking trash.
No, I get that. Yeah, because I found that out too, because I was one of those kids. I was like, yeah, he's like independent, and like I was listening to him and Logic, and I was like, yeah, they're independent. And then you find out more, and then you're just like,
and
oh,
both of them motherfuckers, shady, underhanded niggas. The only difference is Logic's actually trash. Chance still got bars, bro. Like, Chance's verse on Ultralight Beams was some of the best rapping I have heard from him in a long time. Like, was it him, Kanye, Kirk Franklin, and Kelly Price? Yes. His verse on Ultralight Beams was fire. what he said? What was that bar that I like? Oh, my daughter looked just like Sia. You can't see it. Like I love little double entendres like that. I love wordplay like that.
Mm-hmm.
Where'd that go?
Could it be because of just the industry and just being too up there, or what do you think?
I guess Logic can't use that excuse because you were just trash for no reason. And you know what? Shout out to Reckless. I know you're a Logic fan.
I'm a Logic fan too, sir.
I You already know how I feel about this dude. So what I'm about to say is no surprise to nobody.
Talk your
Logic
shit.
is so garbage to me. And my wife asks me all the time, how can you not like Logic when he raps how you like people to rap? Like the rappers you listen to, he raps. No, he doesn't. Just because you got the cadence, don't mean you got the bars to go with it. You break down Logic shit is mad basic. And let me clarify. Because I like the first two. What was those Sinatra projects that he did?
Yeah, it's Young Sinatra and then Forever or something like that.
I like the first one. The first one was hard. But for some reason, like I can't get with it. Like Logic's mad corny to me. Like he is corny. He's corny. No matter how well you rap, does not wipe off all that clown juice you got on you. Like you're a corny, bro.
What's a good example of positive message but not corny as hell? Just like an artist.
Oswin Benjamin. Perfect example. There's this cat, Oswin Benjamin. I found out about him through Sway. He went up on there, and I was only watching that video of Sway because he had two battle rappers on there, K Shine and DNA. And they brought Oswin up because Oswin was just outside rapping like he do every day. He was homeless and broke at the time, using his welfare and EDD to fund his rap career for studio time. Went up there, the verse he spit was so ill, it got the battle rappers out. And that's hard to do. Battle rappers got some of the best pens only because we have no beat. So we have to learn how to be witty. So I started following the guy. Turns out he's most of his music is very heavy religious based, positive, trying to have a message and whatnot. And then he did a Team Backpack cipher with Denzel Porter, this Jamaican kid out of Brooklyn, and Chris Rivers, who's Big Pun's son. And their level of wordplay and it's phenomenal. I've never heard nothing like it. His flow to this day, I've never heard nothing like it. So I started following him. I ended up becoming so much of a fan of his. We went to New Orleans for our honeymoon to go to Essence Fest, not to go see the actual Essence Fest, which is this big 3-day fucking concert, but for their side shows, Essence After Dark, just because it was Oswin Benjamin and another guy named Sean Smith. But Oswin is mad positive. The same shit Trent's talking about: faith in his God, loving his wife, and the Black community.
Minus the corniness.
But Oswin is dope. He said in this game, there's two type of bolts, either albums, sales, or relationships. And from there, I was like, yo, that's fucking hard, bro. Oswin is dope. Oswin's fucking fantastic. He has a freestyle on Sway right now. It's a 12-minute freestyle. It's fucking amazing. He's killing this shit. That's where that bar is from. It's a 12-minute freestyle. Phenomenal.
Okay. So because I rap positive and I'm like, I hope I'm not corny, but
okay. But here's the thing.
How do you, for other artists, how do you avoid corniness? Like there's
I'm gonna use you as an example. You are a very positive rapper. I feel like we had conversations offline about how much you don't cuss. But I know you, and I see what you're doing. You're positive, but not preachy. You're positive because you rap about your own shit, your journeys, your struggles, what you have to deal with, what you can beat. It just so happens that it comes off as other people can look at it and be like, yo, yeah, I can do that. It's not corny positive, because on the flip side, again, I know you. I've heard music that may or may not be out. You can rap.
I know what song you're talking about.
you got it. That's funny. It's so many. I don't even know what I can talk about and what I can't talk about. So I don't want to say too much. But you ain't fooling me, buddy.
No, but Yeah, freaking I think corniness was like some of the like cuz when I first started rapping, yeah, it was like I was trying to be like a little Eminem mixed with Missy Elliott. Like that's who my influencers were like
See, but that
Eminem,
sound corny. Like,
huh?
I love both of those artists,
Yeah.
but a mix of them sound corny. I don't know why.
Yeah. So I was trying to be like that, but I don't even like cuz I listen to some of my old music and I'm just like what the hell? But I'm just young, writing, just
Yeah.
writing. I would just write to write, just to waste time, and I like doing what I do, So I didn't really give a fuck, and I still don't give a fuck. Like I still make music just for myself, and I think that's pretty important too, because like
It is.
I feel like a lot of people are just make music for other people, and then they're just unhappy with the results, and it's like, well, fuck them. No, you can't please everyone. So and everyone has an opinion. Like there's some of the hardest rappers out there, and then there's still people that hate on them, and it's just like you can't please everyone. So
Yeah. Like, I don't understand
it's
how,
crazy.
and it be people that ain't doing shit that be the most judgmental.
Mm-hmm.
Take 2 Chainz, for example. I give everybody a chance. I love 2 Chainz. I think
Mm-hmm.
2 Chainz is one of the best lyricists out right now. And it's other people that rap with me that be like, oh, how can you possibly think that listening to who the fuck you listen to?
Mm-hmm.
But then you look at the mainstream rappers, Jay-Z, Nas, I keep using those, Andre 3000, Big Boy,
Yeah.
they all fuck with 2 Chainz for a
Mm-hmm.
reason. Y'all too busy worrying about him turning up and his off-kilter flow pattern. Listen to that boy's double entendres. Listen to his punchlines. I'm drunk and high at the same time drinking champagne on the airplane. That's hard.
Mm-hmm.
That is hard. No one wants to break down the bars no more. They take it on surface level shit and then they just think, oh, that's what it's going to be.
Plus, I don't think a lot of people like heard some of his old stuff before he was even like up in the mainstream, right?
Oh, yeah, no, probably not.
Like that
Nobody
shit
knows
was
who this boy is.
crazy.
He didn't just drop out of nowhere. He'd been doing this for the past 15
Yeah.
years. 2 Chainz was out there.
Mm-hmm.
That whole Player Circle album was hard. He had features way before that.
Mm-hmm.
Same with Future. I don't like Future new shit, me personally. But that's because
Mm-hmm.
I listened to Future when he was Meathead, back when he was still with the Dungeon Family, when he was still with Andre and CeeLo and Big Boy and all of them, where he was actually rapping. There's actually a song, Future featuring Andre 3000, and Future was going off. And I love hearing Andre talk about ignorant shit. When you get that one positive person that's like a weirdo and they just get ignorant, like what's that song? It's Big Sean featuring Common. Switch. It's called Switch. Big Boy and
Switch.
Common. And Common was talking his ratchet shit, and I loved it.
It's crazy because like, well, I love Common. But kind of like going back to Future because I wanted to say something. The Future is kind of like off and on for me because like some songs I think he like just I guess the delivery I like. But the first time I heard him was on I don't know if you've ever heard of Tina Shea. She was like in
Yes.
the light for like a tiny bit, but she was doing a lot of independent music like before selling herself and just I don't know what she did. But anyways, the first time I heard Future was on one of her tracks and like the song was so awesome and then Future's verse is just ruins the entire song and I'm like, bro, like how
Yeah.
hard is it to fucking feature on a song and talk about what she's talking about? And
I feel
like
the same way about his feature on what's that song that it didn't just come out? King's Dead with J Rock and Kendrick. He was doing so well into that weird high pitched shit in the middle, like bro, like
I don't know why. I don't know. But
so depressing.
I guess relating that to something a topic that's worth talking about is like choosing your features, right? Collaborating. That's what we were talking about the first time, right? Like you're open to collabs, right? But how do you feel about like just do you think people should just collab just with everyone or you think that they should just stick to people with their lane or like what is your opinion on just like collaborating as a hip hop artist?
In my opinion, and this I listened to the first one we did, our rough draft. If you guys don't know, we did a rough draft of this episode. And I felt like the way I verbalized it the last time was wrong. Let me try to articulate that better. If take me for example, I will do a feature for anyone who genuinely thinks I'm dope. If anyone reach out to me and honestly wants me feature on their song because they genuinely like my bars, then who the fuck am I to say no? I'm not gonna spit in your face like that because I'd be the same way if I can get a whole feature, a Nas feature, or shit, even an LL Cool J feature if he's rapping like LL from 5 years ago. Like Exit 13 LL, I don't want. But after that. Anyway, it takes a lot for someone to humble themselves down and ask you to be on their record. Whether they're using me because I'm either hot or dope. That's where that fine line comes in. If you ask me to do a feature for you with you because or just because I rap and you want to put somebody from the Bay that raps on your shit, I might not do it. One, I'm not from the Bay. I just live here. Two, you don't know what you're paying for. And I'd say paying hypothetically, I don't ask people to pay for features ever. But if you genuinely like my flow patterns, if you really like my ability to rap, I will definitely do a song with you. If I'm asking for a feature, I'm not gonna ask anybody for a fucking feature. If I reach out to you for a feature, it's because I think you're dope, and sooner or later I want to do a 5-song EP with you. But there's people out there that I do want to make music with. Like me and Ray did that remix.
Mm-hmm.
I genuinely liked what he did when I saw at the showcase, the little open mic.
Yeah.
I fucked with that. I wanted to hop on that, so he gave me the ability to do it.
Mm-hmm.
It don't matter if it go nowhere or not. For other artists, though, I say do the same shit. Don't hop on nobody's song if they're trying to get you because you're the hot right thing right now. Don't let them rise your wave. Unless you truly believe in them and want them to make it, you're a real fan of theirs and they reach out to you, by all means. But we gotta stop this fake shit, bro. I'm over it. I don't care if you charge me. If I fuck with you and you charge me, I will pay. If I think you're dope, if I have a problem with paying you for your verse, let's not use me because I would never have a problem paying for somebody for their verse. If you have a problem, if I start charging for my verses, you reach out to me and say, hey, bro, I think you dope. Let me get you on the feature. Cool. Fucking $200. Oh, you gonna charge me, bro? I'm an up-and-coming rapper just like you were. You thought I was dope like 10 seconds ago. If you thought I was that dope, then you'd be willing to pay for a feature.
Yeah.
At the end of it, I may not even charge you. I just need to see how serious you are about this fucking feature.
That's true.
You know how many verses I got floating around there that I can't even use because people might end up using them shits? And I don't want to be an asshole and end up doing it on somebody else's verse and it actually comes out. Now that person that paid for it can't even use it. That's fucked up. I'm tired of being that person. At one point, I'm killing everybody feature. Well, that's another thing. I may just do features just to get you the fuck out of here. Like, if I really think you trash and you reach out to the feature and I know you don't know my shit, I'm not only gonna charge you, but I'm gonna make sure your fans ain't your fans no more.
Just murder the track.
Yeah, don't disrespect me like that, boy. You may make a better song than me, but you ain't gonna out-rap me. Yeah.
So you don't say no. You just, even if you don't like the track, you get on it.
If they honestly fuck with me, yes, I will do it. If you honestly fuck with my bars, then yeah.
What if it's those little Instagram rappers, little SoundCloud rappers, like, hey, you're a rapper, get on my track. I get a lot of that.
So do I. That's why I said my response is, do I like them?
Yeah.
If not, then no. I don't care. I don't like you. I don't like your fans. And it's not necessarily about what you stand for. You could be a horrible person, but do I like your music? Do I like how you talk about you being a horrible person? Like, are you doing it in a creative way? No, I don't want to fucking be a part of it, bro. If you're trash, I don't fuck with you. Some people got toxic fucking fans, and I don't want nothing to do with that fan base.
That's crazy too, right? I think that's crazy.
That's fucking weird that like people reaching out for features and shit. You know what's funny? I have a Fat Joe DM, right? And just because I'm lazy, I didn't even do nothing with it.
Why not?
I don't know, bro. It was off of No Hook Part 2, as a matter of fact. He's like, no, I see you doing your thing, King. I was like, yeah, thanks, Joe Crack.
You sure it was him?
If you're ready to put in some work, hit me up. No, like I for real went through the whole motions and everything. It was just like I didn't do nothing with it. I feel kind of shitty about that. I also got a Tory Lanez feature from way back when that I did nothing with. I'm glad I didn't touch it. Like I got the song in my email from, it was like, my son is 4, so it was a year before he was born, so 5 years ago. He never put the song out because I never sent the shit back. But now, I'm glad I didn't do the shit because you're a horrible fucking person.
That's crazy. So you don't mind like holding on to music too, right? Because I know I have a habit of like making shit and then it just gets lost in my vault.
You do have that habit.
Yeah, I know. But I'm working on it. I mean,
I hope
but
so.
I'm just curious on like what you think about it, because like
I think it's horrible. I think you shouldn't do it, especially if you got people featured on it that you
Okay,
actually fuck
the
with. You
fe-
might
the,
put them
f-
shits out,
the
but
features, yes, I understand. But I'm just
but
saying, like, because sometimes I think it's just cool to just create and like just to get an idea out your mind, even if you're not gonna release
yeah,
it, you
no,
know?
do that. I can guarantee I have at least an album worth of shit that I will never release. The
But you
best
listen to it,
album that
right?
I will ever make, I am never putting out. I got who do I got on there? I got you on there, but that was for No Hook Part Two. No Hook Part Two is
Okay.
on that list that I'm never officially going to release. Like I put it out, I saw what it did, and I took it down. Well, that and because the third person on it made me not like the song no more, so I deleted that shit.
No way.
No,
You,
real talk.
oh shit. Okay.
If you still got
I know what you're
the
talking about.
if you still got the stems and shit, you can take that motherfucker off, and then we can go back and just do 2 more verses and split that shit up.
Do I have the stems? I thought I only have just
No, you don't have
mine.
the stems. You got the track
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah, no.
Oh yeah, no, we can go back and we can add 2 more verses on that and kill that shit. That beat is just too hard to waste.
Mm-hmm.
I got songs with my guy Tito that I've been trying to work with for mad long, and we got records. We got records.
Mm-hmm.
We just never gonna put them out.
But you listen to them, right? You still like, cause I listen to some of mine.
Yeah, I go back and listen, and sometimes I get hyped up. Like, yo, that boy was rapping. I be rapping sometimes, and I'm like, but why would I put it out? What's the point?
It's true.
If I like something enough, I'm gonna try to put it out as soon as it gets mixed and mastered. I can't just I can't record a song. Let's say I record a song in fucking January, and I really like it. I can't just sit on it until March.
Mm-hmm.
You should, right? Instead of waiting until March, especially if like, let's say I made a song with people and like the whole album that the song is on is done,
Mm-hmm.
and then like I have it, and then I shared it with someone who said it was like
I see where this
phenomenal,
is going.
and I just never put that shit out. I was like, oh, let me hold on to this for another month and a half. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? You know, if people they look forward to me releasing because I don't release like that. So especially when I drop something,
Yeah.
let's say I released like I don't know 17 projects in my lifetime, right?
Yeah.
And people's waiting on the next joint, especially if I was like, let's say my last album was really well received.
Mm-hmm.
And I end up getting on a bunch of lists like top 12 barrier artists you should be listening to lists and shit like that. And I
See
have
where
like a
this is
follow-up
going.
to that project.
I hear where this. I see
I
the
don't see
shade
why I would
coming
just hold
over
on
me.
to it, you know? It's crazy.
All right, bro. I'm waiting on one person that I would really, really like on the track, but yeah, I'm getting to the point where I'm just like, okay,
Oh, you're making this about you? I wasn't even saying no names, but if you want to make this about you, we can talk about it if you want.
okay. I
'Cause
felt
I
the
feel like
shade.
I feel like I know what song you're talking about. And I feel like I gave you a solution to how that could have been fixed.
I sent you the track,
You did.
and
My
you're
shit's
ready.
done.
You're
My
ready,
shit's
right?
done.
All right. Well, I'm
I'm always
ready.
ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, wait. So you heard the song that I remixed and the beat tape?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Bro, I'm I'm a fan.
Well, that's good to know. I didn't know because I was like, huh. I haven't heard any feedback like "don't do it again" or like "this is cool" or like nothing.
No,
It's just
it was
like
interesting. It was interesting. You can tell you're getting your feet wet.
it's pretty fun to
The
just
remix
sample
though,
shit.
not the tape itself, but the remix, that's your fucking lane. That shit was hard. I feel like you should have more questions because we didn't really do much questions, and I know you had your questions laid out and shit.
I know. It's just because like I realized doing the other interviews, like some of these questions don't apply to everyone because you're like
Oh
the
no, let's go.
only
Let's go.
you're the only seasoned person that I'm really interviewing. Everyone else is like brand new to everything. So
Let's go. And tell Reckless I said, yo, what up with that podcast, bro? You should have me as a guest. It'd be the best episode you ever had.
actually, if you hit him up, he'll probably just invite you.
No, I hit him up about it before. He's like, oh yeah, no, we got a spot for you.
Yeah.
Never heard back about that shit.
Because they're still trying to figure it out. Like I like kind of told them a little bit about like some of the gear that they should invest in, and
You
like
listen to this podcast?
I listened to the first 3, and I thought the third one was probably the most interesting. The first 2 were just like whatever. They're just talking.
See, I like the first one.
I didn't like it
because it was like an introduction.
Yeah.
The second one was cool. I don't know how I feel about the third one.
Really? I thought that one was most interesting. It's kind of funny.
No, and they're all funny. I think them niggas is funny, but
Yeah.
why haven't you done his little interview shit where he got the person in the car?
I did. Did one of them, and then that was it. And then he
Really?
tried setting up a second one, but we never got around to it. I don't
I
know.
never seen it. Never seen it.
Yeah. I'll share it.
How did he? Never mind. I'll ask you that offline. Oh, you can edit this out. I don't
Well,
care.
yeah. Pretty much all this is gonna be cut because I'm just like not even asking you the right
This
questions.
should be in the. I'm telling you, this should be in the interview, dog. This should be in your episode.
We'll have to do like a podcast or
The
something.
Broken Artist Society. Like we supposed to be this way.
It's the Breakaway artist.
I know, and I say broken for a reason.
Oh my gosh.
How did he get Melody on the song?
I think she was one of my followers, and then I was sharing her stuff. So he
Okay,
was like,
but
"Ooh, I
anybody else
like
who reach
her."
out to her, she curve him and not try to do music with him.
Maybe because Reckless he has Pokemon cards. I don't know. He's cool. He's cool. He's cooler than us. And I did their video. I'm the one who shot the video.
Are you serious?
I shot their music video and I edited it.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. It says 1 a.m. in the beginning of it.
Really?
Yeah, my logo's on it.
Oh. Damn.
I'm the whole time too during the video shoot. I was like, Melody, you gotta like get on the track with me. I was like, when are you gonna do that? She's like, oh, I don't know yet. I still gotta whatever.
Would you do this?
It's cool. It's cool.
Yeah, like I say, keep all that shit in. I don't like mincing my words for nothing. You can keep everything.
Cut out the ums and the ahs.
No, keep it organic.
Okay, fine. What are your future goals? Like what are you working on right now? And what's your future goal for 2021?
Oh, what I'm working on right now? I can actually say that?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, what you're working on right now? Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm working on this little EP with my sis 1 a.m. You know, you may not know her. She's a little rapper out the Bay. Not little as in like status wise, but little in stature. No, our project, we're working on our project, which is going to be phenomenal. We got one track done for so far? Yeah, we got We Back. It's going to be a IM1am.com exclusive. What else am I working on? Actually, I did want to talk to you about that too, because I think I might, in that same session, I come and record the cipher.
Okay.
I'm going to. It's another song or not a song, just a verse. I'm gonna start making it my goal to drop one cover every 2 weeks.
Okay.
Don't know why. I don't know why.
It's fun.
You know what? That's a lie. I do. Do you know who Tierra Whack is? She's a female rapper out of, I want to say Philly. Super Flames. And I was listening to one of her little freestyles. She's dropping a freestyle a week. Yo, I miss doing things like this. I miss just rapping for the sake of rapping.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I might fall back into that. I'm on the fence about trying to do a new project. I don't know if I'm going to fall back into doing nothing but features, or if I'm going to do nothing but collab albums and retire as a solo artist, or I say saying retire because I'm nowhere near done enough to consider myself retiring from something. But yeah, I'm just joking. All that shit was bullshit. Yeah, we got our project, but yo, check me out. Mixtape. I'm working on this mixtape called The Prodigal Son. It's gonna be fire. And then I'm gonna have an album drop almost a week or two after Prodigal Son, the tape come out, called Diary of a Fallen Angel. I think I'm actually gonna start doing more personal shit on that album. I usually tend to stay away from my life story because it's fucking tragic. But yeah, that's what I'm working on. And the label is first priority. If I have artists on my label, I will push their shit before I even start working on my shit, no matter how far back I gotta push my shit back. So that's it. Ain't nothing else. You know what I mean? I ain't really fucking merch. I don't do merch.
Well, I'm curious. So like when you're gonna start doing the remixes, are you just gonna pick a bunch of mainstream beats, or like can people submit beats for you to just kill?
Well, for the little series where I'm just dropping shit, just random shit, that's gonna be for my just for fun series. It's just whether it be mainstream beats or beats that I hear from somebody else that I like. I also beat tape 1, right?
Mm-hmm.
On your shit.
Mm-hmm.
I got about 3 songs done so far off that shit.
I don't like that tape.
No, you don't. You didn't even fucking title it.
Those were my Fruity Loop days when I was on Fruity Loops making beats. But I think it would be cool to like, because I do want to put out beat tapes, but I want them for just people to just like freestyle and just have fun on. So I think that would be cool if you did something like that.
Oh, I'll definitely do it. I have no problem doing that. You probably won't be because it's just for fun series. Like I said, it's just gonna be little fucking freestyles. I fucking drop every now and then.
Yeah.
For something like that, I actually will put the time and effort into putting it out as a project, which is big because you know me. I'm big against selling music. I'm big against all that shit. Like, I think in my verse for that shit, for the one that you want to old boy on. I couldn't say the title name because it's untitled. So I think one of my bars is literally, what's the point of selling music when the album streams are worthless? Like, I'm big against the shit. I don't understand it. I don't see why we do it. Why do we do it?
Wait. You didn't record your verse for that one, did you?
Yeah.
That's a different one.
No, that's coming out. That's on the verse I'm going to record for your shit.
I thought you said that already. I have one of your verses where you say that.
What's the point of that? I think no, that was We Back. Never mind. It was We Back.
Yeah. See, you're confusing me.
And that's how it is when you don't write shit down. You get confused. That was definitely We Back.
Yeah.
What's the point of selling? I made a couple classes and never sold them shit on purpose, but I did it on my own. Yeah, that was We Back.
I think you should elaborate on your whole stance about like not selling music and stuff like that, because that's an interesting viewpoint. And like,
what's the point of it? What are you getting paid for it? You got 17 albums out, right?
Yep.
How many of those on Spotify?
Pretty much all of them. Oh wait, no, I'm lying. Pretty much majority of them from Silent Thoughts. 17 Silent Thoughts and beyond now. All my old shit is on Bandcamp for free.
Highest amount of streams you got on them? On the Spotify joints?
I am less than 1,000.
All right, that's perfectly fine. Now, how much money you see from that?
That's chump change. I don't consider that income.
It's stupid, right? When we have physical less
CDs.
than 1,000. Yeah,
physical CDs,
sorry.
For
that's those
different.
Who don't know.
That's different.
Physical CDs. Even just when you drop the single. Even when you just dropped the fucking single. You're still looking at about $5. Less than 1,000? Let's just round up and say 1,000. That's $5,000 in your pocket. I mean, of course, minus the cost it takes to press those up, but you can spend $1 at the fucking 99-cent store and buy a stack of CDs.
So clarifying, you mean not selling music online?
Well, that's what I was easing into.
Okay.
So
that's a joke.
That already got me off of trying to sell music online. But then when I look at it more and more, I just don't see the fucking point. When you have so many other platforms where you can let this shit go for free. Say YouTube, for example. I could put my shit on YouTube for free and let the world enjoy it and still chart. YouTube streams is now counting for Billboard. If I cared about charting, so why make my fans pay for that shit? Save your money. Don't pay for shit. Don't buy fucking nothing except for merch or a show ticket. I don't care about my album sales. I care about people coming to shows. I care about meet and greets. I actually care about seeing you physically there. Because no matter how trash you are, if you're signed to a label, there's bots that can just constantly stream your shit and your numbers go up. I don't want no weird delusion of grandeur. I don't want to walk around thinking I'm hot when in reality I'm trash. That has nothing to do with my lyrical ability. I don't care if you never want me on a song with you. I care if I get invited to these ciphers. I care if I get invited to other people's features that actually is dope. I don't fucking care about selling music. That's just for the birds.
You heard it here first. Don't sell your music. That's trash. All right, my dude. So do you have any final thoughts or final
Did
words?
you get all your questions out?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Final thoughts. If you're a rapper, just rap. That's just it. If you're a rapper, rap. Don't trap yourself in a box. If you are a rapper that cares about what you are writing, Don't trap yourself in a box thinking that, oh, I can't just make a song where I'm not rapping about anything. Yes, you can. Flex your skills. Bar out every now and then. It doesn't always have to be a concept. Is it great to be able to do that? Yes. Should your albums be that? Yes. But drop a mixtape every now and then. That's where this shit started from. This shit started from people just being nice at the ability of rapping. Let's get back to that. That's what I'm hoping you and my project end up being. Some shit where we can just rap.
Mm-hmm.
I know you got it in you. I heard that Untitled record. You can rap just for the sake of rapping. Last final, like I said, I don't know who's gonna watch this. I don't know who's gonna see this, but I do have a small list of Bay Area rappers that I do want to converse with and do a record with. So if you're watching this, Miss Incredible, Melody, Reckless, we need to do one thing together at least. Kai, come on, bro. What's going on, man? That's it. That's all I want. And put it on a fucking project, call it Angel and the Super Friends. I don't give a fuck what it's called. But just 5 records. Of course, one from me and you, one from each one of those people. Even if we have to group them together in collabs, like 3 on a record or 5 on a record or some shit, let's make that work, bro.
Write that shit down. We gotta make that shit happen.
Mm-hmm.
Cause that would be crazy. That would be hella crazy.
Like you doing all the production. Like that's the only constant between this whole thing.
Kai does production too, so he might, you know, we can ask. We can see.
Kai, I see, and watch this is gonna go to his head because I've never met Kai. I've never spoken to Kai. I only know of him through you and from y'all project together, which made me branch out and listen to his shit. He is like how I see J. Cole. Not as being like the top. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is they're phenomenal when they write their own music and record on their own beats.
Mm.
But it takes away from focusing strictly on one or the other. J. Cole is one of the greatest artists of our generation. And his albums, across the board, except for that very first one, is phenomenal. But when J. Cole was on his feature run last year, it was some of the best shit I ever heard. Kai on somebody else's beat where all he got to do is focus on his pen is nasty.
Mm-hmm.
When it's his beat and he has to focus on his beat and his pen, maybe mixing, maybe mastering, it's great. You see what I'm saying? Like either way you do it, you're gonna be fucking dope.
Yeah.
But I want you to focus just on your pen for the best optimal level bar, period, because you are fucking nasty. That shit surprised the fuck out of me. Especially on that Untitled. See,
you heard that one?
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
Yeah. We have to make it happen. Like I said, write it down because at least I know you don't like writing stuff, but for me, like just writing it down, it's physically there. Manifest it, we'll make it happen. And
I will do that.
All right, you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. Once again, my name is 1AM. This is Artists at Work. We were speaking to Angel. Once again, Angel, introduce yourself. Yeah. Let the people know where they can find you.
Angel, the 4 Pillars boss. Find me on Instagram at Angels. I don't know if it's underscore or dot, so y'all probably got to figure that out. But Angel underscore or dot 4 Pillars on Instagram. Angel.4pillars at gmail.com if you want to send me beats or if you want to collab on some nonsense. I'm very hard to get in contact with, apparently. So if you want to get in contact with me, please annoy the hell out of 1AM. Blow her up unnecessarily and make her get us in contact with each other, and I got you.
All right. Make sure you guys tune in for the next episode. Make sure you guys check out Angel, check out all his music, follow him, hit him up, and thank you guys for watching. Good night.
Cheer.